Today we're going to be talking about the situation, and the name of the situation is it really necessary? But I want to invite you, a good friend of mine, um, to the set, Mr. Curtis Jordan. If you'll come on the set, please. How are you doing, Curtis?
Fine, I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. So I showed you a few pictures about this little girl, and her mom took her to the beautician, and I did a clip on yesterday about this situation. But when I saw the video, I was disturbed so much that I was like, I have to talk about this with my good friend Curtis to see if I can get his input. Also, before we start the video, of course, we do not condone any kind of bullying of any type. This is just our individual opinion on the situation, and this is not down on anyone in any way. But we're talking about this young lady, and I believe she was from another country. She took a little girl to the beautician, and the beautician put on a lace front. Okay, in the video, the you can see the glue all over her edges, and just getting prepped up for this um, lace front wig. And I just want to see what kind of um, what's your input on so. And actually, the little girl, she looked like she just began walking, at least about 1 or 2 years old. So, uh, you know, so what is your input on that?
Well, first of all, this is new to me, but just talking common sense and knowing about life, period. Uh, Situations and circumstances arise in our lives where things happen, and sometimes we want to prep up our uh, looks and things of such nature, but beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. In other words, it's okay to want to look nice and do things, but and then even if you're gonna do that, do it in context where, like this 2 year old or what, how old this small young baby, that if you're gonna do something, fix it up to where she still look like a 2 year old. This video, she's got a head full of hair like somebody 40 years old got. I'm just saying, if you're gonna try to do some cosmetic stuff, still make it look like it's still a child, not a fully grown up. But in the same sense, beauty, like I say, beauty is out in the eyes of the beholder. Well, say if you get cancer and do chemotherapy, they have to shave all your head off. You have to go through that therapy. Look, beauty is within. Beauty is within. All that cosmetic stuff is good, but I mean, I look from within. So, but and even like I say, even if you're gonna do the cosmetic stuff, keep it in context of where you won't get so far out there. That was a little bit farther on that video for me when they was trying to do this little girl's hair and do that stuff like that. That was just too much for me. But that's my thoughts and that's my input on that, and I hand it back to you.
Great, great. So I the part that disturbed me the most was what went through my mind is like, females, especially as black women, we get so used to the wigs, the fake hair, to where when we take that off, we feel like we're not accepted by the world because we're so used to wearing that, and we keep it on and we keep it on and we don't show our true selves, and at the same time it affects our self-esteem. And the fact that they started this young child, this young little girl wearing wigs, haven't even had enough time to grow her natural hair out to see how long it'll be before you throw in a wig or something like that on it. You starting her from 2 years old not to like herself, not to love herself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I give you a primary example about life. Michael Jackson started singing when he was 5 years old. Started a good career. Things going on for him. But Michael Jackson didn't have no childhood. He went from a child right to a grown up. He never had a childhood. And just like this little young lady on this video, to me, the way it's looking right now, it could change, but right now, she's going from a child straight to a grown up if things don't change in her life, because they fixing her up and making her look like she's a lot older than what she is. And that's not good, because even though Michael Jackson got one of the most famous singers in the world, and he missed that childhood of growing up because he was famous and his father didn't push him like that, but he never had that childhood. He went straight from a child right into a grown up status. And we have to we have to be reminded, nature has to take its course, and our lives we have to develop. And if we miss one of those developments in life coming up, it could hurt us in life to come. But also, me now with my age, what I look for in a person, as far as the cosmetic stuff looking good, like the boys say, I want a dime piece. Everybody wants a fine night, and this test is all right. It's good. That's absolutely good. But I know about them dime pieces, and if them dime pieces don't have their heart right, you can have them dime pieces. I don't want them dime pieces. I take a nickel. Yeah. I take a nickel, and if her heart is right, give me that nickel. Because I don't have them dime pieces, and I'm saying you can have it. I don't want them if they heart is right. So fellas and whatever, I'm old enough now to beauty is within. So no matter what you look like, and no matter what it feels like, it's within, baby. This is my experience. I'm telling you, this is what I look for now. So I mean, we'll carry on.
Oh, that's great. That's great. It's also, it's great to get a male's perspective, you know what I'm saying, on the situation too. This also puts me, I sell hair growth oil, right? I make hair growth oil. So even though I make hair growth oil, I see situations like this, it saddens me more than anything. Even though I know I can, I want to make a profit and do all this, it saddens me because us black females don't get it. They don't get the fact that, okay, you put these wigs on every day. Your hair still has to have your scalp still have to breathe in order to grow. You know what I'm saying? Just like the plants, this is how we're created. We're created just like those plants and the trees are. And if you notice, our hair grows out like the limbs and the leaves on the tree. It grows outward. And just like the plants need the sunlight, moisture, the water, all of that, our scalp, in order for it to grow, it has to breathe. We have to nourish it. We have to clean it. You know what I'm saying? So you putting them wigs on 24/7, even though you braid your natural hair up, you put your wigs on 24/7, your hair is not gonna grow right. People come to me. People come to me all the time. They want their edges to grow, you know, their hair thinning out, but they're wearing the wigs all the time. You know, so I have to tell them, like, listen. No, Nishan. But I have to tell them, I'm like, look, you wearing these wigs, and sometimes it's okay, you know, every now and then. But if you let that determine who you are, and you can't look at yourself in the mirror. When I was growing up, I used to throw tracks and weave in my hair all the time. But when I would take it out of my hair and look in the mirror, I didn't think I was good enough, because the world, you know, the guys had accepted me with the fake hair and all this kind of stuff. And it looked nice on me. But when I took it out and looked at myself in the mirror, you know, I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good about myself. So I had to stop. I had to slow down. Stop wearing it. You know what I'm saying? As much. What would you like to say?
To what Sean was saying about the wigs and things, but I'm gonna go to this next level right here. Say you out, you meet somebody, you're interested in them, y'all, you know, go out a couple times. At some point, you know, you fixed up and have all your little wigs in your head and your makeup on and this and that on. At something looking really good. At some point, you got to show that person really who you are, what you look like, without this on. Because the reason I say that, because when they see you a few times, then when they see you, that's what they look for. But when you surprise them and take all that stuff off and undo all that stuff, and then they see you. Well, I didn't know this is what it was. Yeah. But so after, you know, if you're interested in a person, you say, I want this to go further, and it come after a couple of times. You got to let them come in, when they come in, and see really what you like under all this stuff. And then if they accept you for who you are, then you are in there. You know, because they're gonna love you with the makeup, cosmetics on, and without the cosmetics on. So, but first of all, like I said, the beauty part comes within. It's what you have in your heart and soul, and what you made of, what you're about. As for me, you know, I can take a nickel piece, and if they got all the qualities I like, I can make that work for me instead of that diamond. And I don't like nothing but, you know, attitude, disposition messed up, and all that. You can have that diamond, but anyway, at some point, she has to undo all that stuff and let you see who she is, and then if you accept her, then it's real then. But I hand it back over to you.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, because at some point you're gonna have to shed that skin. It's like a snake. You're gonna have to shed that skin, and what you look like after you shed, you peel all that stuff off.
That's right.
Lord,
Yeah.
have mercy. And you know what? I've heard of that happening. Where a guy meets a girl and they like this female and all this kind of stuff, and they have all this makeup on, the wigs every time they're dating, and then you move to the next level.
Yeah.
You get real serious, move to the next level, and you got to sleep next to them.
It's a big surprise.
Yeah, you got to, and then they like, because every man, just like every man, don't like the fictitious stuff, like the fake boobs and the wigs. Some men don't care, but the nice, the good, the more decent ones, the more decent guys, they want a real. They like it more natural.
I want to know what I got.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes when you do that so much, and the guy look at you and they like, you're not what I thought you were. Because sometimes you fool that guy. You may be like, oh yeah, the black man, he knows what's real and what's not. But sometimes, like you have these lace fronts now, and you put these lace fronts on, you walk around with that, these men thinking that's their real hair. That man walking around like, yeah, I got me a woman, and she got this real nice braided hair, nice, beautiful hair. And then, y'all, they get serious. Then you got to peel that stuff off, and you see what you really look like. He might not like that. So it's best to be real in the jump street. Not saying you can't wear it. You can't, but show your true self more than you show the fake part,
Benefit something and yeah, and then as far as males, they are different. One male might look for one thing, the other another thing, and the other might not even care. He might be just looking for the dime piece. He might not care how your heart is. Might not even give a damn about you for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, you have to find what you're working with and who you're working with, and after a period of time you'll find that out also. But at the same time, you got to let him know what he's working with too. So once they get to a point where, oh man, we really like each other. Well, I need to show you who I am before I get that point. Before I get too far there, I need to show you who I really am and what I really look like and who I am. And then if you accept me, then that's fine. If not, you can move on and do what else. But you don't get so far up in there and then hurt somebody, because you haven't really told them the truth. And let them know, what I'm saying, so, but it's always better to be truthful. You might hurt just a small bit, but if you let that shit go on, hey, it's gonna hurt a lot more on the other end. And then again, maybe go further than that, but being truthful and honest is the best policy I found out in my short time here.
Great. All right. So we're not going to stretch that out any longer. We said we covered the main points that I want.
As far as my friend Sean here, I wish you guys seen her. I've been knowing her for about 2 years. When I first met her, her hair was about a half inch long, maybe a quarter inch. It was short. I wish you could see her hair now. It's so nice and beautiful and long. I'm telling you. And she got a product that she uses, and I'm amazed how her hair has grown. I watched the growth in that hair, and I'm just telling you, when I met her, she was practically bald headed. But you know what? I knew that when I met her, and I accepted that, not because she was bald headed and had no hair, but I liked what she had on the inside. I saw something to her on the inside that I liked. But I didn't know the hair was gonna grow like that. But she come up with a hair product, and it must work because her hair is nice and beautiful long now. But I didn't look at that in the beginning. I didn't care she was bald headed all the way. I saw something in her heart, and I still. Anyway, we ain't gonna go with that. But anyway, I wish you could see her hair. All right, I'm out.
All right, thank you, folks. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Kurt.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring you on some more so we can discuss some more situations. It was definitely fun. It was fun. So thank you for watching, and we're going to end this. And again, before I close, this is not to promote any kind of bullying for anybody. You know, if you like doing, you know, if you like it, then I ain't gonna say I love it, but do what you do. Do what you do.
And this may not be for everybody, but it just might be for somebody.